Welcome everyone to an arena video. This is Andrea Mengucci. This video is sponsored to you by channelfireball.com and Ultimate God. Today I'm playing with Living End in Modern. This is an old deck. Because kind of was born with the Cascade spell from like Violent Outburst, and you had Ardent Plea, and you had Dread, Demonic Dread. Now you have Charlotte's Agent, which is obviously more consistent and put the deck into like a higher tier. You can say that Living End and Team Arenas are both part of the, I want to say tier 1. Reed Duke in there in his weekly power ranking put Living End 4th place, and I figured that on Sound and Fireball we needed an update on this archetype, so here I am playing the list that Gibran Nassif won the Modern Challenge with some weeks ago. I checked around and the deck list hasn't really evolved since then. So how does this deck work? You're playing a lot of large creature like Stripped Riverwinder, Waker of Waves, you got Street Rate, you got Creator of Mysteries, Dawn Cheer. Hello. 8 months of sub. I appreciate your support. Thank you. Yeah, the Tortellino badge. It's there. And then you have Architects of Will, which doesn't seem like a very powerful card, but it does get pitched by both Grief and Force of Negation, and that makes this card alright. So Grief is an interesting one. You don't play that many black cards, but some of them are really bad in your hand, like Living End. If you draw Living End, it's a disaster. But now, thanks to Grief, you can actually save that. You can Arcast Grief in a very rare way with Sunken Ruin. That's like the only black land in the deck. You will sideboard this out whenever you think that the game isn't as fast as you might think it is. And yeah, we got some Brazen Borrower. The sideboard is actually the hardest part of this deck. In order to learn a little bit of this, I watched some of Nassif challenges. And wow, he had a very hard time sideboarding. He often went to 61, 62, even 64 in one of the top 8s. So I kind of like took pieces, made up my mind to make a sideboard plan, but I am also curious to see how this deck plays out. You have Subtlety, which isn't a particularly good card, although it's better in this deck since you can bring it back, I'm not sure. And you have this against mostly Endurance. You can have this against Teferi. Fear Macabre and Endurance are your anti-things. And you're looking at Endurance and Force of Vigor, be like, wait, you don't have any green cards. How are you supposed to do this? Well, you can cast this. This is not like you don't have to necessarily... 3 mana is super cheap to do, and you can just cast an Endurance first to clean up your opponent graveyard, and then you just go for a Living End in your turn. Alright, and some anti-artifact creature, because this deck actually suffers artifacts. Chalice of the Void and Void Mirror can both be a pain for your Living End, since the mana cost is 0. Alright, it's about time that we start a league match. Alright, I'll go ahead and keep this in. We have, as I said, Living End in your hand is normally a dead card. Although thanks to Grief, you now gave a reason for Living End to be around, which is definitely not a bad thing. We have Force of Negation, Urza's Tower, Expedition map. I'll put a Mulligan to 6. I think I'll just fire off the Force here on this map. I think map is really important for them to hit Tron, and if they don't hit Tron, I have a lot of more time. Alright, I'm going to kick things off with a Grief, targeting my opponent. And I see Urza's Power Plant, so they would have gone for the turn 2 Tron. I'm just discarding Sphere. Do not ever discard Burn Coil, because if you cast a Living End, that also reanimates their graveyard, okay? And that's my hand. And I'll just go Steven's tapped and your turn. They drew another Sphere. That's okay, no big deals. Okay, I got a Street Rate, and now I can either cast that to pitch to the Grief. I found myself in an interesting situation, and I think I'll pitch to the Grief, because otherwise Grief is a dead card here. Sure, I can also, I might need to cycle through to find, yeah, I guess I need to find a Cascader as well. So maybe I should just go for it. Alright, I found the Architects of Will, and I think now I will cast the Grief now. Discarding the card Liberated. I could have gone again in Cyclone. But I think I can't beat a Wurmcoil if they cast it, because I can just kill it with a Living End. Whereas I don't think I can beat the other one. And I'm gonna just play a Misty Rainforest. So I find myself with no cards in hand, which, you know, doesn't seem great. But I have 8 Cascader and of course like more Cycler. Okay. What did I draw? Urza's Tower. Nothing. Oh, you just cycled. Okay, cool. Hello, don't cheer Pantagana. I haven't watched. I haven't watched. No, I didn't watch the Worlds. I saw on Twitter that Utah won. That's pretty great. I like Utah a lot. He's a fellow vintage player. All right, Cascaders. Boom. Not yet. Not yet. That's fine. We'll be waiting. Yeah, Modern Horizons 2 is definitely a good set. Okay, the Druid Chromatic Sphere. Yeah, all I need is not is avoiding a damn. It's making sure they don't find a mine. Weird they didn't craft this. If they draw a mine, they can cast Wurmcoil. I guess they need to keep green around. Sure. All right. Brazen Borrower. Not great. Okay, now I have to wonder whether I want to cast a Brazen Borrower or... Yeah, I think I'll cast it. Just start attacking. I think if I draw a Cascade card... Alright, Waker of the Waves, this is good. I wonder if I should use it now or wait. Because I have 44 mana, so I can't really get a 3-drop out of it. So I think I'm just going to pass for now. Let me just take a quick look at the deck. But, you know... Yeah, I don't think it makes sense. I guess the only reason is to hit a land drop. But I can just heal land drop next turn. It's not a big deal if I hit it now. So I just pass for now. Alright, I passed. Alright, I got Grief or land. I don't think I need another land. I might need a Grief in case I draw a black card like a Living End. Quite unfortunate first game here. I guess I haven't cycled very much. Although we did disrupt our opponents and they're also not doing anything, so it's okay. Wow, good morning, Yellow Hat. What'd you do so early in the morning? I copied your list. It's a pleasure to have you around. Also wanted to ask, how do you always have a Cascaders? No, never mind. That's not what I wanted to ask. Alright, I cast Oblivion Stone, which it's really strong. Which was really strong. Alright, let's see what I draw now. Now if I draw Cascader, okay, Waker of Waves. The thing is that if I draw Cascader, I don't think I want to cast it. I don't think I want to use it. I think I will still do this because of a black card will let me pitch the Grief. Wow, Charlotte's Agent or Violent Burst. Alright, I'm going to take... Put one of them into your hand. Alright, I'm going to take this. Because now if they don't have 5 mana, they can't crack the stone. So I'll be... Actually though, one sec. Let me think about this. So we go to draw step now. And now I can Cascade, bring back the 2 Griefs. Okay? There is one problem in this. It's not a very big problem. There is one problem in this. And it is, if they find a mine naturally in draw step, I can't do anything and I just destroy my board. Although, that's the only thing that stops me, right? So I think I will go for it. So I'll go for Violent Burst in draw step because this is an instant. So despite Living End is a sorcery, you can cast it at instant speed because of this ability cascade. And now I suck my board and bring back these guys, which will obviously be lethal. What about the grief? Now it's important that we don't see Urza's mine. We don't see it. Perfect. So I just take this chromatic star and the game ends. Chromatic star and yep, the game ends now. Cool game. Yeah, nothing really matters. This one cost 5, didn't have anything close to that. Alright. Do you know if the 3/3 is still bugged? I heard on your stream it was. This is my first game with the deck, but let's see you're on. Alright, so we won the first game against Tron, and now I compiled a cyber plan watching Yellow Hat. So let's see what it says in this matchup. Alright, we got Ingature and we got 2 Subtlety. We're taking out Brazen Borrower and Sunken Ruin. So the reason why we're bringing out Sunken Ruin is because you don't want to hardcast Grief. I mean, this was a weird game, but usually the game is fast and you don't want to do that. And Brazen Borrower also, as you saw, wasn't good at all. And, ooh, gifting us up to Yellow Hat. Thank you, C-Mac. Thank you so much, C-Mac, to gift us up to Yellow Hat. And so what I was saying is that we won this game because we forced some negation on turn 1 the Expedition map, and my opponent never achieved the Tron. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, Humans is having a tough time. Prismatic Ending and Unholy Heath are 2 very, very powerful answers that kind of came all of a sudden around. And okay, this is one of the legendary no land hand. But I'm still mulliganing, especially because I have 2 Living End. That's so risky. If I draw a third one, my deck just stops functioning. I don't have any Brainstorm or any, I don't know what, See Beyond. So I have 2 mulligan here. Okay, this is a keep. I have to decide whether to bottom a 2 mana card, like a Wicker of the Waves, or a 1 mana card. Or a land. That could also be true. Interesting. I might bottom a land here. Although if I don't draw a 3rd land, it's annoying. This deck plays only 18 lands. I boarded at 1. I think I'm going to take out a Creator of Mysteries here. Yeah. It was either that or Waker of the Waves. Alright, they go map. Sorry, they go mind map on a 7 keep hand. 7 keep hand is good. Now I'm going to cycle immediately the Strip Winder because I might find the Grief. Oh wow, they have the main deck Relic. Sorry, it's not main deck. They have the Relic. Good stuff. Hey, I'm just whenever your opponent has a Relic, you don't mind having a land around because that will let you play around the top Relic activation a little bit. So just play Polluted Delta Go. Don't need to stop and draw step anymore. They're gonna get to Tron. Again, I could have cycled in my turn to find a Grief. I just wanted to make them tap first in mana, and then so that I couldn't tap safely with my Cascaders. Because I do have the Relic protection. So yeah, they can't tap the mana because they need to keep up 1 for Relic. Alright, I'll pick up a duel. I will pick up a duel here. It's gonna be hard. But we can make it work. So I'll pick up a duel and play Waker of Waves. And now, yeah. I'm looking for... What am I looking for? Cascaders. Yeah. Stray Rate Subtlety. Okay, so Stray Rate is just a redraw. Whereas Subtlety can answer a card, a 6 or 7 mana card that they are about to cast. It's gonna be just temporary. Oh, Charlotte's Agent. Huh. I think I'm gonna cast this. It's not particularly big or anything, but I do have the subtlety to answer a 6 or 7 mana card opponent is about to play next turn, and I think this is fine now. Opponent pops up the relic on a tiny graveyard like this, I'm super happy. Yeah, you go. If I had straight rate in hand here, I could have, cycled it after they pop up the relic when this was still on the stack. Although I chose subtlety, which I think is still a good choice. Yeah, honestly, I boarded out a land yellow. I'm just so uncomfortable in taking down the land there. In bottoming down the land, especially when you have like so many expensive cards in hand. I had 2 Acre of the Waves. That was a lot for me. I don't know. I think it was fine. I mean, obviously played out fine, but anyway, they go for Ancient Series. They put in Carnal Liberated, which they're about to cast. They have access to 9 mana at the moment. Thankfully, that's not enough for an Ulamog. Although, if they have Ulamog, they're casting the next turn. Buongiorno, Doctor. Yeah, you enjoyed Utah's win yesterday. I'm happy for him. Okay, now I'm not gonna cycle this because I'm looking for Grief next turn. Because I want to go Subtlety now. It's so hard though, because they're gonna recast it next turn. I'm gonna pitch Waker though, because I don't have a 4th land to cast both of them. Alright, wow, they cast Oblivion Stone, and I can't do anything about it. Yeah, this only gets back a creature or planeswalker. And a relic, I guess. Okay. Yeah, I don't feel very good about this game. Whenever Tron draws whenever Tron keeps 7, it's just so hard to beat them. They know what they're doing. Alright, I drew my my second Living End, so I only have 1 Living End left. I mean, that probably means it's over, but it's okay. I'll keep clicking buttons. Alright, let me... Yeah, I don't mind finding, like, an Ingature here. Okay, I got Grief, which I really like. I really like Grief now, because my opponent only has card that I know about. And if I take a card, well, they just don't do much. So my Charlotte's Agent can do something in the process. Yes, nice. Exactly what I... this was exactly like my win line. Not saying that I win, but this was like the way I could win. Was finding a Grief and hope they didn't have anything. Because Tron sometimes stumbles like that, alright? Yeah, opponent had Tron. I don't think I care about cycling now. I guess, yeah, I don't think I care about cycling now. My opponent might crack the relic to just draw a payoff, so... Like, if I draw a land, they might crack this just to cycle, you know? Yeah, we only have 1 Living End left. That's not great, means that I only have 1 bullet left. You have to watch the replays? Cool, cool. Alright, they play Resist Tower. And they drew, looks like they drew Ulapog. And Subtlety only bounces the permanent. The ability... Actually, this might be Walking Barista. It's Walking Barista, indeed. Do I want to do something? I even boarded out Sunken Rose, so I can't cast this Architects of Will. Put this on the bottom. Honestly, I just don't really think I have an out at this point. Yeah, it's fine. I'll concede. They have this relic. I don't need to play. I don't need to play anymore. Alright, let's go to the second game where I'll be on the play. Now, again, I kind of made up this cyber plan looking at Nassif's stream. He isn't bringing any Foundation Breaker in the deck. Foundation Breaker and Prismari Comet either. That's weird to me. Okay, so you have 4 Grave and you have 4 Force, 2 Subtlety. So you definitely need some blue and black cards. You don't really want to cut these. That leaves you with like very little room to sideboard. This deck has a very, very hard time sideboarding. I have seen him sideboarding out Violent Outburst and Charlotte's Age, Violent Outburst sometimes. But I believe that in this matchup, you might need multiple Cascaders. Honestly, I do think I need these. I will lower my chances. I would like to lower my chances to I don't think I want to cut a black card because I believe that black cards are mandatory for Grief. Grief is really good. But I will cut on blue. I also added 2 Subtlety. I guess I cut 2 Brazen Borrower. I think I'll take out 1 River Stripe Winder and 1 Waker of the Waves. Unsure, and it might be possible that this is wrong, but I do like to have Foundation Breaker as an answer to Relic. Mengucci is in the mix. I think I need to answer that. Wow, immediately punished. Magic is such a great game. Magic is such a great game. It's such a great game. Alright, keep. Immediately punish with 2 Foundation Breaker in your hand. yeah, no, it seems fine. It's just that we don't have a 1-mana cycler now. And we have this Subtlety, which is awful. Could have easily been a River Stripe Winder. It's okay. We can move on. I can find a 1-mana cycler with 3 rate. My opponent's mulliganing to 4. I got good news for you. Good morning, Sebasan. Yeah, the Yellow Pigeons. Let me see if I still have a sub from Yellow Hat or if it expired. Wow, I got so many gifted sub. No, my Prime expired. All right, Yellow Hat. I have to renew my Prime. All right, here we go. Main phase. I'll put a mulligan to 4. Draw Waker of the Waves. All right, not bad. And if they cast Relic, maybe I was supposed to wait on it. Maybe I was supposed to wait on it in case they mulligan to Relic. All right, they have the Expedition Map, which I'm gonna blow up like as soon as possible here. Wow, I even drew that land. Cool. Cool. Yes. Foundation Breaker. It's basically a Ingot Chewer, but it can also hit cards like Rest in Peace or I don't know, Island of the Grey Rebel. Okay, they got Relic of Progenitus, but they don't have land to cast it. And I draw 3 rate. Well, I'm just passing for now. And if they cast Relic, I'm gonna answer by violenting Outburst, and I think. Because they might not have a land, and then like I should probably untap. But I can also just throw away a Subtlety in the mix. That's probably good, right? I go Subtlety, and then I go Street Rate. Alright, let me begin by fetching, untapped, and then cycling Street Rate. Right, now I want to evoke this. And then Subtlety dies. And then I'll play Violent Burst. Alright. And now the living and the Relic of Progenitus resolves. Did I keep a greedy hand? The mulligan to 4. This is game 3. And we win the game. Yes, sir. Do I like this deck more than Jund Saga? No, I just no. If there is a tournament, I would play Jund. Actually, fun fact. Yesterday, I convinced Javier to play Jund in a Modern Challenge, and he made the top 8. Anyway, I am playing this deck because I want to diversify my decks, and because we on channelfireball.com, me, Reed Duke, and Aspiring Spike, we kind of take care of modern deck lists, modern deck guide, and etc. And Reed needed an update on this deck, so I'm kind of working first match. Every time I open a hand with this deck, I have to process what do I have. And here I clearly have a keep. This hand is really good. Yeah, Zoomerjand, exactly. They're calling Zoomerjand. Although, yeah, these young players, they gave birth to a lot of area decks, I have to say. Okay, my opponent goes to second main phase, a strategic play. And now they have an Urza Saga and an Amulet of Vigor. Okay. Alright. I didn't have this in my cyber guide, so we have to work. We have to work about that. Alright. What to do next? Ooh, a second grief. Okay, let me kick things off by cycling River Strip Winder. I guess I can also cycle this. And then let me play Grief. What a great hand they had. Wow. What a great hand I had. Well, I only have 2 Distor spell. I could take the Grazer, but I believe that I want to take the payoffs in Summoner's Pact. I want to take the 2 Summoner's Pact and move on. You, Sebastian, want to take a Grazer. The thing is that if they have 2 Summoner's Pact, they're going to get the Titan eventually. Whereas Grazer, like, they have Amulet already. They're fast. I think I'm taking Summoner's Pact here. The question is, do I want to do it now? Can they cast it on turn? Can they cast it on turn 2? But I'm not sure. I think I might want to keep the Grief, so that if I draw Living End, I can still cycle the Architects. Yeah, I think I'm passing here. I don't think they're allowed to play Summoner's Pact on turn 2. Let's say they draw Azusa. They play land. Summoner's Pact. Yeah, no. They play Azusa, and they can cast this 2 more times. That's only 4 mana. Yeah, I think I'm safe passing here. This way, if I draw a Living End, I can pitch that to the Grief. Second Amulet would do it. Yeah, but they either draw Second Amulet or they draw an Azusa. They can't draw both. They only have 1 draw step. Oh, you mean if they draw Second Amulet with the Grazer, that does it? Is that true? Might be. If that happens, I think they earned it. You know, if you make a mistake and that happens, okay. All right, I just go Cavern of Souls, naming Beast. Yeah, cool. India, if they usually play Relic main. Ooh, I haven't thought about that. I have not thought about that. Relic in the main would be hard. I think I can't. I have to hope they don't. Huh? All right, let me go cycling for this. And now I have to go Grief. Taking the Pact. And leaving them with nothing. Hoping they don't have a Relic of Progenitus. In the main. There it is. They draw a Relic and they play Urza Saga. Can I draw land? Can I draw land, pretty please? Well, I did. It's a fetch land though. I still give my opponent the priority now. Weird. I think what I want to do here is what should I do? Fetch first. I think I'm gonna pass. They have a Relic. If only I was on the play. Imagine that. If only I was on the play. Imagine that. By the way, the hot water is back. Officially winter. It'd be like, it's autumn, Mango. It's not winter yet. Officially winter when the water, but when the hot water is back. Buongiorno, Publio. Brr. You really passed to be from summer to winter in like 3 days here. Okay, I think I want to do this. I want to fetch now. Let's see what they do. Alright, cool. They didn't do anything. I guess they will forever leave up mana with the relic. Yeah. Yeah, well, I can't do anything about it, I think. No scarf? Usually in the house they don't wear the scarf. How many Celsius? I think 13. The Windows tells it. Alright, they play a land, sure. At this point, I don't really think I have an out. Although, I can't like blow up the constructs with the saga. Just not like the actual worst. And maybe they, I don't know, tap out. You'll never know. They have a okay, first of negation. Now, yeah, to make another saga. So I'll probably just cast this Violent Burst now. Basically just trading an outburst for a... So they can now float mana with the Teleria West. Oh, but they didn't. Cool. Yeah, and I'll go for Violent Burst. Using it as a wrath, basically. Because my opponent will now pop off the relic. And now we can start and like rebuild the graveyard. If I draw cyclers. Yorkas Progenitors in queue? How did that happen? Did you have Dread of the Elysian Grove in hand? I don't have anything to do, so I'll just pass. But my opponent has 3 cards, which I don't really know about, so we'll see how we go now. Hope they don't have a Nurse Saga again. Weird game. I just don't really draw any cycler. Yeah, Elysian Grove. Yeah. Okay, now makes sense. Yeah, they're about to hardcast the one and only Primeval Titan. It's not that hard. Oh, they can bounce Teleria West. I see. But I can force of negation the Summoner's Pact. That's gonna be the 3rd one. Okay? I already discarded 2 earlier. So they did the thing and they're allowed to transmute this to get Summoner's Pact. And we can counter it. Yeah. Here it is, it's on the stack, and we cast this counter spell. Okay, they have 3 cards. And I hope it's just lands. Waker of Waves. Yeah, nice. Cool. Very good. Look at this. Look how big I was able to rebuild here. I'm gonna go Shardless. And, well, I could have also left up mana for Violent Burst in order to counter a Titan. Maybe that was a mistake. Okay, to get Valakut. I was like, I needed 2/2 to attack for more. But maybe I should have just left up Violent Burst. In case they go for Titan. Anyway, still learning. Lots of decks in Modern. Lots of, different things that happen at all time. Anyway, they have 5 lands. So the next land will give them... ooh. Yeah. I really wish I had a Violent Burst now, huh? They're killing my creatures. Instead of going face. Okay, now they go face. I'm on 5. It's Lindsay Khan, thank you for the 12-month sub. Appreciate it a lot. How are you doing? Alright, they go to 12. This only deals 1 damage, so they need a bounce land. They need a bounce land here. Let's see if they have it. They have a Groot turf. This is annoying. Yeah, if only I'd played a Violent Burst instead of Shardless Agent. This game would have been over. Ay, ay, ay. Hard game, hard game. Now, do I want to play Violent Burst? Because if I play it now, that's going to be my last living end. Do I want to wait for them to make a second? They will, of course, have it. I'm just wondering whether I should save this 3 life. Think I will just go for a Violent Burst now. I need to kill the Dryad. Okay, so I'm gonna burn my last living end. So from now on, I'm casting all the threat, you see. Living end kills my board state, brings back a Grazer. Valakut doesn't do anything because they don't have Mountain anymore. We kill the Dryad. Oh, they drew a Primeval Titan. Alright, fine. I could have gone end of turn. So, yeah, I had a board state when they cast this. Tough game. I think I could have played better. Of course, I could have played better. Alright, now I find myself at loss because I don't have a cyber plan for this deck. This is gonna be hard now. We can bring in Foundation Breaker, Ingature, and Subtlety. That's 5. We can take out Brazen Borrower, Sunken Ruin. And once again, just like before, I find myself at a loss here. I guess I'll just sideboard as I did against Ron. Yellow had suggested me to cut Force of Negation, and since I am very lost, I will follow you. Alright, Amulet Titan. Just thrumming on forces, seems fine. You like a Prismari comment. Okay. I could have seen that. I already clicked the button. Anyway, I find myself with, I think it's a keep. I'll go turn 1, Grief to discard, I don't know, as well. And I'll cycle. I don't think I need to cycle main phase though, because I already have like the worst, like Leaving End is just the perfect card to pitch to Grief, because it's just a dead card anyway. So I don't need. Okay. I don't want to discard Primeval Titan, because then when you go Leaving End, you bring it back. So we can't I can't take that. My opponent will probably just go Urza Saga on 1. I might take Azusa. Like, if I reanimate Azusa, it's not a big deal. I think Azusa combos with, combos with the Titan they're getting. Although with Urza Saga, they might get the Relic too. So, it's possible that I just take a Border Grazer. Weird situations I find myself in. I can also just go. I mean, honestly, everything is a good option. I can also take Abundant Harvest because at least they're not gonna reanimate that if I cast the Leading End. Weird choices. I think I'm gonna go with Azusa Lost but Seeking. Land go. Abundant Harvest could be anything, so maybe that was also okay. Although discarding cantrips with your discard spell is never good. You'd rather just discard a thing. Okay. If I draw land on turn 3 and I have Waker of the Ways to help me, I will be able to reanimate before. I guess they didn't start with Saga, so. Turn 1 Azusa, it's impossible, so of course I don't have it. Okay. I could have subtlety that. Huh, I haven't considered that option. Go Waker. Didn't find a red land. Now I can either take Waker or take Braiding Pool in order if I top deck Charlotte's Agent. Although of course I top deck Charlotte's Agent. Okay, now what do we do? I can go Waker my turn to find a Grief. Find a land, which I'll play untapped and pass the turn. Now I can subtlety pitch Charlotte's Agent if they cast a Titan, and I can cycle Architects of Will. And there's no need to cycle this main phase because I can't cast a Grief if I draw it. So thank you, Stefano. This is the 4th 1 year anniversary today. That's weird. Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys' support. A lot of you. I really like that. I don't know if I told you. I don't think I did because I kind of developed this idea in the weekend. But I'll start producing content for YouTube for my own channel. You know, the exclamation mark YouTube. That is that I'm gonna make a daily video there. And also upload some of the streams. So there's gonna be a lot of content, a lot of Mango content around that you can follow other than the stream. Yeah, I decided that I'll cube less and work more. All right, let's cycle the Architects of Will. Draw Street Raid. All right, draw Curator of Mysteries. Cycle more. Okay, now I'll pass. I'll let them make a token, and then I want to go for Violent Burst. Okay, I'll let them make a token. I want to go for Violent. They're gonna reanimate Azusa though, but I do have subtlety for the time. All right, so you make a token, and then I got Burst. I have to go now before they get the relic, okay? Okay, I'll take a look at your deck, your top deck. I will discard Dryad or Titan. What do I want to discard? I think it seems a pretty Titan. And then I'll take a look at your. Wow, it is bugged indeed. I heard that it's bugged, and I guess it is. So, actually what happens if you target them with Architects of Will or Magic Online is that your opponent gets to choose. I guess you get a refund on your Magic Online League every single time you play with this card. That doesn't seem bad. That seems like a pretty good EV to play this deck. Wow, it's kind of crazy. It's been like this for a long time. Basically, if you target this Architects of Will, they get to choose. Yeah, I didn't know that. I mean, I knew that was a thing, but it was so long ago. I assumed it's been fixed since then. I mean, come on, this deck just wins so much, and it still has bug cards in it. That's not real. I guess if enough people ask a refund every single time, they might choose to fix the bug. Who knows? Alright, so my opponent wisely chose... Actually, they still haven't played it. But yeah, they saw these 3 cards thanks to my Architects of Will, so... I think they wisely chose Amulet of Vigor. But I don't think they can do anything about this. Or maybe they don't have lethal. I don't have lethal, I don't know. Like, they have 2 blockers for the 7-7. C'è 5, 8, 11... 15, 18. I have 18. Oh, that's a fact. Lawana Subtlety the Dryad. Alright, so yeah, they drew the amulet that they wisely selected. They play Selesnya Sanctuary. Tap. Mana. Tap. Mana. They have enough. Right, so they cast Dryad. And what? What's up to do that? I guess. Buongiorno, ally. I still do not have lethal, unfortunately. Because they can chump, and I'll have enough. And I don't. Cool game. We're gonna go to game 3, I assume. And I'll probably try and bring in another Prismari Command. Yeah, let's try and cut another Force of Negation. Let's see what that does to me. Maybe I can have only 1 Foundation Breaker. Yeah, maybe I can go that way. Where did I put the... Breaker is great, get Saga. Okay, so I'll just cut another Force of Negation, I guess. Okay, the Expedition mapped at Toleria West. Alright. Kinda lost at what they have in end and what they have going on. Okay. Yeah, let me cycle this. Because I will be able to scry first. Foundation Breaker. Okay, good game. Thank you, Digital Limit. How's it going, my friend? 17th month of subs for you. Lots of love today. Appreciate it, y'all. Okay, let's do this tiny little change. Yeah, Eli, I want to let you know that in preparation for today's stream, I have done a lot of research. And by research, I mean watching the Steve winning challenge. I didn't watch Worlds, no. Alright, so we're playing against Leaving End. Sorry, I'm playing against Amulet Titan, and I think this end is good. It's we don't have Grief, which is super powerful. But Worlds is so hype. Nice, I'm happy to see that you got. Alright, they start with Urza's Saga. And if they play oh, they play Relic? Oh no, definitely not. I have to decide what to pitch. What about pitching Charlotte's Agent? I'll pass. Even if I draw Grief, I can't... I'm going to cycle this. And remember, if you cast this on Magical Line, you have to target yourself. Just to pretend it doesn't have a second ability. Just to only target yourself. Okay. So that goes to check. I really hope they only have one relic in that deck. Explorer. Wow. Huh. Ooh. Okay, Explore resolves. Castle Garenbreg. Amulet of Vigor. Okay. Well, I was going to play Waker of Waves. I guess now I'll play Foundation Breaker. Where, though? Where do we Foundation Breaker? I think Foundation Breaker to Saga, right? Because Saga gives them 1 mana and Amulet of Vigor. Whereas Amulet of Vigor only gives them... And unfortunately, I don't have a black mana. It's time for Handwarmer. It is Elder Wind. It is time for Handwarmer indeed. It's cold already. Yeah, also a second relic for sure. I don't think that... Okay, anyway. We're getting a turn here. Ooh, that's cool. I think I'm going for Violent Burst to block the second amulet. It's a very tiny little amulet. It's a very tiny little Violent Burst, so maybe I should just not do that. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe I shouldn't go for Waker of Waves. Yeah, because I guess if they have a bounce land, they're able to cast a Titan already. If they have a bounce land. Because of Castle Garenbreg. Yeah, I think at this point, I am just... Sure, Double Cycle can get me to a black card. Or a Subtlety. I guess if I get a Subtlety in the second chapter. And the second thing. So basically, I just have to decide whether I want to do this to find a black card. Or I just want to be safe. And I don't think there's a correct answer. So we just have to think about this. Ryan says a smart thing. He says just pass. They could have endurance too. Ooh, I haven't thought about that. Alright, you know what? I'm just passing here. Because Violent Burst is also a Wrath of God. So we can just let him cast the Titan. No? Maybe not. Anyway, they have Breeding Pool, which doesn't do much. Okay, cool. I'll fetch first and go for Waker of Waves. I believe they have 6. All right, I am getting this. I'm glad I didn't tap out to do this thing. So I'll tap and draw. They could have endurance too. It's a very good thing I haven't thought about. So now they're gonna probably get Bazooka. Oh wow, they don't go for Titan. So I could be going for Violent Burst now. And the reason why I think that is correct is in this way, if they have an endurance, I will maybe be able to like rebuild. Because if I just go Cycler now and they have the endurance, I think it's really bad. Although then I don't have the those are the option where they don't have endurance, you understand? The thing is, I cast Violent Burst, they go Endurance, they ran with the Endurance, it's my turn, and I don't have anything to do, I'll just cycle a bunch. Honestly, I think I just changed my mind, I just want to cycle. I want to know what's up with Grief. And I want to pass with Violent Burst up. Again, Violent Burst is a... Ooh, it's not bad. Yeah. Violent Burst is a Wrath of God, okay? I think that is important. Ooh, Subtlety! Now I have the protection for Endurance. Perfect. Wow, I haven't even thought about it. Ooh, and the black card, perfect. Alright, let's go. I'll cast a Grief. Put a stopping draw step. So I'll cast a Grief. If they go for Endurance, I will Subtlety it. And then obviously I don't do draw step anymore if they have Endurance. They have 3 cards. They might have like a Titan and Endurance and another card. Yeah, very nice indeed. This is into Grief. Also Prismatic. Okay, it looks like we're resolving the Grief. I should have clicked the different button, but it's... Oh wow, they go Summoner's Pact. And they get the Endurance. Ooh, 6 mana. Do you have both Endurance? I bet. Let me Subtlety. What do I want to pitch? Rewinder? If they cast a second Endurance, they have 2 cards in end. And I'll be going for Violent Burst in response now. I guess I should have waited the Endurance to resolve. I would have killed that. It doesn't matter. I mean, I'm gonna get such a big board that I don't think it matters. Alright. They have 1 card, which I'm gonna discard. It looks like they conceded the game, in fact. Okay. Wow, this was huge. I think this was huge. Basically, the way you play this matchup, I believe, is you need to play around Endurance. My opponent had 2 copies of it. You have to play around Primeval Titan by using this. Remember, game 1 I lost because I didn't do a proper Violent Burst. Yeah. Also, like Grave, super powerful. Foundation Breaker was huge. Yeah, this was a good game. This was a very good game. You guys enjoyed it. We're 2-0, but games have been close. Played against Mono, against Akb Fresh. My hand isn't great, but I don't just go around mulligan hands with lands and spells. I got enough. Thank you. Right? Yeah. Okay, let's just go land go for now. I got 6 cards. Straight rate. Not bad. Do I want to do something main phase? I don't think so. I'll just go Botanical Sanctum Yurgo. I'll put it with Mountain Go. That's interesting. But they don't have. I guess. What's the next Chest of the Void? Yeah, I'm gonna write Eldrazi. Eldrazi Obligator. Of the Void in that deck. What just happened? Oh, okay, it's here. All right, cool. Yeah, I'm taking 3. Cycling. Just go Charlotte's Agent. Just to add that extra 2/2 here. I remember with Architects will you target yourself. Not in paper, but online. Alright, I conceded. Okay, cool. Easy, 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 easy game plan. You just cycle and you cast the thing, you win. These games are super easy. Although they might become hard. Versus Mono Red Eldrazi. My opponent will have Blood Moon, which I can't really much. And my opponent has Chalice of the Void, like 100%. So we have to have answers for Chalice of the Void. Alright, so these four are the easiest one. Do I want to take out Grief in this matchup? Maybe I can just 3 Mirror. I'm not taking out Brazen the Forces. Yeah. I'm cutting the once again Sunken Ruin. Whenever the matchup is fast, I don't want the Sunken Ruin. It's not new. No. It's totally a deck. What's the appeal of that deck? I don't know. Just cool new stuff. I mean, it's modern. People just play new decks. 3 to cut another card. Do I want to cut something here? I guess they can just be more Cyclers or more Griefs. Just be more Griefs. Right, so this is what I do. Okay. +1 Ingot Chewer. +2 Foundation Breaker. +1 Prismari Command. Okay, Yellow has suggested me to keep all the Griefs. I'm so afraid to cast Cyclers though. You like Force of Vigor too. Huh. You think that will be dead? Because once you bring in the Foundation Breaker. Alright, how about this? I'm very low on Grief, and the reason being, if they have Chalice, they just cast. They for sure don't play the 2 mana card, the Void Mirror, because they play Eldrazi's. So they have Chalices, and if they have them, they just play it on turn 1. So I think maybe on the draw, I don't know. I wanna go like this. I think this might make sense. This could have been a Grief. And I'm not saying that Grief is a bad card. Grief is a really strong card. Especially when you draw a Living End. Yeah, like discarding the creature, maybe it's also not great because you just bring it back with it. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway. Ramming Up Ruins. Let's see if they have a Chalice of the Void. Unfortunately, this isn't an artifact. It's a desert. No artifact. I wish it would have been. Blow up lands with Force of Vigor. It's cool. Just opening such a great hands here. If they go Chalice of the Void, we have plenty of answers now. So since they don't have a Grief, I think I'm just this way. If they go Relic of Progenitor. Chalice of the Void. Okay. I don't need to kill it now. For now, I can just cycle. Brazen Borrow 2. Again, I think I'm just great. I already have the land. Do I want to go Foundation Breaker? Yeah, go first. And now I want to go Foundation. If they go Thanatzir with a Drazi Temple, I'm okay with that. I don't have the 3rd land, so that's why I decided to go for Foundation Breaker. If I had the 3rd land, I would have passed. But I don't. If I had the 3rd land, I would have passed, and maybe just go Brazen Borrow end of turn. Or even just cycle Force of Vigor, you know. Okay, so they don't have the untapped land. I could have also cycled into Force of Vigor to guarantee that they're land. Maybe that was also that would have also been a good play. I boarded at 1, so I have 18 lands in the deck. They discard 2 Reality Smasher. Wow. They discard 2 Reality Smasher, chat. So, if I draw land, I'm probably not casting this. Funny enough. Yeah, that's a good line for them. What do I draw? Ingot Chewer. Okay, now when I have waves. Now, play my land and pass the turn. Now, with Waker of Waves, you kind of like trump every tiny little threat your opponent wants to throw at you. Because this is not only a 7/7, it also shrinks your opponent creatures. So it's really good. Now, they might cast a Thanatos here. Urca puttana, porca boia. I wish last turn I didn't cast this, but just this. Yep. Take 4. Force of Negation in the board. No, we played 4. Should have cycled, you think? I don't know. I kind of want to keep the cycling for after I pop up that, you know? Okay, let's think about this now. Because I'm also on 7 life. Let's say they play Bone Crusher. I think that makes a big difference here. If they play Bone Crusher, I think I'm going to cast Charlotte's Agent. Just like that. Remember, they also clean their own graveyard. This is not Nihil Spellbomb. So their Realist Measure don't come back. If this was Nihil Spellbomb or Tormund Script, that would be bad. Alright, they just cast a Ragavan. Okay. They have 1 card in hand. I'm tapping. I'm getting a land, but I'm not using it. I'm not cycling here. Polka chat. I should have just gone. I should have just not gone Foundation Breaker on turn 2. I should have just gone Waker of Waves and then Force of Vigor eventually. Okay, they're popping off my graveyard. Sorry, they're everyone's graveyard. Okay. That's fine. I would have cast Charlotte's Agent anyway. I'm going to get Braiding Pool. I'm on 6 life, and they have Ragnarok Ruins. Sweeper right now. If I had a land, I could have also cycled first, but no, I can't risk it. So, I have a 2/2, which is also good enough if they have another Ragavan in end. This does mean that if my opponent if I have to cast a new, they will remedy these. You can also cast this too. Close game, close game. Once again, I think I could have had a line. Ooh, Blood Moon. It's okay. So I'll play Force of Vigor. Ooh, untoppling without losing 3 life. It's powerful. Draw. Wow, I can cast Violent Burst. What do I want to do now? Oh, I guess nothing. Do I want to attack? If they cycle up, yeah, I think I'll attack. If they dash a Ragavan, it's okay. I can take 2 too. That's not the end of the world. And they didn't have it last turn. I think maybe they would have cast it. I don't know, maybe not. Anyway, that's a 6th mana. They can cast Bone Crusher. Yeah, Bone Crusher. It's there. What else? Nothing. Okay, cool. Now, what do I want to do? I kind of want to go Force of Vigor on the Blood Moon. Yeah. Yeah, I wish I fetched for Island. Back when I fetched for Braiding Pool tapped. My opponent can't cast any Eldrazi's though. But unfortunately, I didn't fetch for Island. If I fetch your Island, I could have just let the Blood Moon there and make them not be able to cast any Eldrazi anymore. Anyway, if I go for this Blood Moon, for this Force of Vigor here, then I can go cycle. I can cast a Brazen Borrower. Or not. I can bounce my... Can this bounce... Like, I kind of want to kill this, but I don't necessarily want to play Violent Burst. Yeah. I think I want to kill the Blood Moon. Ooh, I can destroy this. Haven't thought about it. Maybe that's a good idea. I should destroy my own Charlotte's Agent. Maybe that's not a bad idea. No, I guess I want to chump with that next turn. Alright, so let's just simply exile, simply destroy cycle. That's such a good top deck. Untap. Draw. Okay. Do I want to cycle this? Does that make a difference? I don't think it does. I'm just playing Tapland Go. I'll chump block the Bone Crusher so that I can bring it back next turn. They can't cast a Reality Smasher, but I still have the Violent Burst if I want to. Wow, whenever you draw these, I didn't board out any. I did. I should stop boarding out them. I should stop boarding out them. Like, really, it's just so good. Let's board out, like, Striped River, I guess Creator of Mysteries. No, wait, I can cut the Architects of Will. That seems much worse. Yeah, that was a mistake. Anyway, we're learning. So there's so much to learn in Modern. There's like a million decks, and they are so deep in lessons. Yeah, Waker of Waves is just insane. Alright, yeah, sure. I'll cycle, and I'll play a Violent Burst. Yeah. Yeah. I'm on 4. Virtually. They have 1 card, so they'll draw 2 now. You discard a Fury. It's like super weak. I don't necessarily want to... I mean, I guess I'll play it, but I don't want to crack it. And now I have to attack. How do I want to do it? I guess I can do it like this. Keep this back, and I can bounce Ragavan. Or just attacking the air. That's it. That's 8. I'm gonna go 8, 11, so that's lethal. With the Brazen Borer, 8 PU 11 does 19. So I do have lethal in the air. So I just pass now. And Brazen Borer is a flyer blocker, so we should be able to win this game. But yeah, updating my cyber plan as it goes. Even if we don't, I don't think I have a game 3. I don't think they play like Blaze to kill me. They put me on 4, but yeah, I hope that's enough. I guess I can get the Eldrazi Obligator to steal my Waker of Waves. I haven't thought about it. Is Eldrazi Obligator lethal? Oh wow, it is. It is lethal. Eldrazi Obligator is lethal. I haven't thought about it. Alright. I guess I'm fine in losing to Eldrazi Obligator. Could have played around it by casting Charlotte's Lethal, casting my Brazen Borer, so. Block the 3-1, I take exactly 5. If I cast this, it wouldn't have been lethal, but I didn't. I didn't think about it at first, and also that would be sure. They have 1 card in end. At least it isn't an Eldrazi Obligator. Casting Bone Crusher. As long as... I'll Petty Theft the Elemental token. I'll cast Brazen Borrower. And I have Lethal in the air. Good games. Close games. Once again, I've learned a lot. Alright, that would have also been lethal. Hope you guys are learning a lot too. Luke, doing a modern deck review with points. Well, if you're a subscriber, I can take a look at your deck for sure. Okay, we're 3-0 here, which is pretty exciting. I'll take a bathroom break, and we continue playing this deck, alright? I'll see you guys in a minute. Luke, stay around. I'll after. I'll check your list out, but yeah. Well, this deck looks very good. Reminds me what I had. Do you remember when I was playing the Just Get Prowess deck at some point? Reminds me of that. All right. Ooh, keep. Let's go. Did you remember when I was playing the Just Get Prowess deck? Talking about a month ago, I think. But okay, we're going to try home. Yeah, those decks really want to be on the play, don't they? Ooh, a Living End, perfect. Wow. So they have the combo. They have the combo. The combo isn't so good against me though. I think I'm just taking Metallic Rebuke. Yeah, this seems like the most annoying of the bunch. As my plan is to combo. Then I want to cycle a Stray Rate, pass. Their combo like needs Urza. Okay. See what they do. I'm going to play Waker of Waves. Looking for a Force of Negation. I think I'd rather get a land because that means that the Waker goes in the graveyard. And that's really large, my Violent Burst. I can do it in draw step. I can do it in draw step. So that I can take a look at their hand in draw step. That seems powerful. Or do I want to wait end of turn? I think I'll do it in draw step. I'll bomb. I guess I could have done it in my turn in case they would wear. Yeah. Maybe draw step was wrong here. Maybe it was wrong here, draw step. Okay, they just oh wow. Okay. Very strange option. So they have one card and it's an Urza Saga. I'll draw. Let me attack with all. They took the damage. They go to 1 life. I'm pass. This combination is like, and it combos with Urza to make infinite. Menace. Okay, they have Ether Spellbomb. So now I have to decide whether I want to play Brazen Borrower to bounce a Thopter Foundry. And what happens if I do that? They respond by making 4 tokens, gaining 4 life, but making only maybe even only 3. I like Force of Negation because I can hardcast it on the Thopter Foundry. So let's bounce Thopter Foundry. Hello, Alakai. Could be Doctor. Or they can also make new, more powerful cards that everyone needs to buy. That's also an option. That's what they did with Modern Horizons too. I think it's successful. Okay, so the combination that they're doing is Thopter Foundry and Sword of the Meek. Whenever a 1/1 comes into play, the sword comes into play, and etc, etc, etc. Alright, I decided to do this. Ooh. How did this die? Oh wow, the sacrifice itself at the end. Oh, because we wanted to break this? Not sure I follow. Anyway, they will be able to bounce my Waker of the Waves and chump the... Not the rest, because this is Menace, but... Oh, they bounce Grief. Oh, that's also fine. Or they just go to 1. I'm passing. They have no cards in end. They draw a card. I guess I have Force of Negation for the Bridge from Below. Sorry, Ensnaring Bridge. Double Masters? Yeah, could be. Did they announce the Double Masters? They got Chromatics. They crack it. Let's see if they have an out. Alright, they don't, and they can steal the game. Okay. I'm gonna bring in the very, very many artifact hate cards that I have in my sideboard. Prismari Comet, Force of Vigor, Foundation Breaker, Ingot Chewer, also one Dispute. Might be. No, my opponent is just a prison deck. They play War of Invention, they play the... And I'm bringing. When in doubt, just cut Grief. And I find myself at 61. I could cut another Architect of Will. It does seem like the worst one. Or, since I'm... I think Grief is a very good card in the main deck, just to catch all. But whenever you sideboard the, it's totally fine to cut on them. Okay. I think this deck can definitely and easily keep 1-landers. That's why you play so few lands, actually. Because you can keep 1-landers. You have cyclers, so it's hard to miss a land drop. And even if you do, it's not that you need that many lands to punk. Discard both on the bottom. They might also be running low on land. And I don't have Grief, so no reason to fetch. Cycle in my turn. Talisman of Progress. Okay. I will first cycle this. Then cycle the... Okay, I draw land. Very nice. Well, I think I don't mind to go Foundation Breaker on the Talisman. can also go and go Chewer, actually. That's probably better, yeah. Because... yeah, Mikadu, I think Mulligan is really hard to learn to do well. You shouldn't be afraid to keep one-landers with this deck. I could force some negation this, but I honestly don't care about this. Actually, let me see what I find first. Oh, to force some negation this. On top and draw agent. Now bring it all back, and Chewer kills Witching Well. You don't want to kill the rest. This is indestructible, and this is a thing that doesn't mind to be in the graveyard. What do you think of Master Yutha? I'm very happy it won. I like to play against him in the vintage queue sometimes. Okay, I go Thopter Foundry, which I'm going to force with Charlotte's Agent. I really had a god draw this match. Wow. This game. Wow. Okay. 4-0. 4-0. 4-0. Tokara Straight. Tokara Straight is 0-0. Alright, I believe this is the first time where I'm actually taking a mulligan. Alright, this is the first Lurrus Companion I see today. Alright, great hand. What do I bottom? Might just be... Yeah, you don't need a second one. Unless you play against Thoughtseize. Let's go, Bird Black. Let's go. Mengu. Ara. Okay, let's go. Darkslick Shore. Ooh. Ruin Crab? His matchup seems weird. Let me cycle this immediately. Might find Grief. I'm going to go my opponent's turn and then I have Archive Trap. Mill versus Leaving. Favorite? We must be favorite, huh? I don't even need to... Honestly, I might just not need to play Force of Negation. If they go... Trap here. Unless they mill the Living End. That's a good point. No need to cycle in my turn, since I can't cast Grief. Okay, I have to hope that I can untap with tons of little of Surgical for... You know what's the best in this matchup? It's probably just mulliganing and putting a Living End at the bottom, so you know it's safe. I guess it's not because they have Surgical. Yeah, I guess post sideboard is super strange because they have Surgical. Alright, they cast a Field of Ruin. Ooh. Ooh, Field of Ruin. This might be annoying. I guess they do have Forest. Thank God I have Forest in my deck. They can blow up this. Yeah, if I didn't have Forest, I would have been screwed here. Did I build my Forest? Oh, they didn't. Okay, Island. Okay, oof. If they cast Tasha's Aegis Laughter, really, it's not good in this matchup. Alright. Wow, they make me play... They're making me play the Violent Burst this turn, actually. That's funny. I can cast it now. I think I want to do it in response to the crab, because... So let's go by on the first. Usually it's impossible to turn to anything now since they banned Seaman Spirit Guide, but we managed to cast turn 2 Violent Burst. This is funny. This is funny. I'll take a screenshot of this game. This game is cool. Alright. Let's go to the sideboard. We are one game away from Mythic. Say from Mythic. From the trophy, not from Mythic, porco cazzo. Let's go. Allora. Do I have any sideboard suggestion? I do. I do a sideboard suggestion for this matchup. I wrote an extensive cyber guide. I'll have Endurance for sure. I'll also have Mystical Dispute and Fairy Macabre. You might be a why Fairy Macabre, Mangu? Because they might go Surgical Extract against, and you do that. Okay? In the secret discard. No, disregard. What I did was I saved it. I saved the picture. Because back in the day, you used to save picture, right? Whereas now, I will just send it to somebody in the Discord. So they can save it in the server, the Discord server instead of my computer. Wi-Fi Macabre to fizzle the surgical. Dai. We took out 2 more cards. It's because this seems expensive and my opponent's milling me anyway. We got subtlety. But let's just cut more expensive things, like Curator of Mysteries. Or maybe Brazen Borrower. What does mill play? Let me check a mill list. I usually don't do this thing, but when I'm 4-0, I will try and see a mill list. Let's see what they play in the sideboard. They play 4 Soulguide Lantern. Do I actually want to? Yeah, maybe. And I'll take out all of these things. How many blue cards I have? I still have a ton, right? The thing is that I don't think I need to cycle in this matchup, like, at all. Ooh, you won't leave it. You won't ley line. Oh yeah, I'll have a ley line. I don't think I need to cycle at all in this matchup. Right? Because they're going to... Yeah, I don't think I need to. I might be too low on blue cards. Oh, no, that vabbè. Okay. All right. Hand is medium, but I am a well-known keeper. No, Eldrazi? No. Okay. I'll go Breeding Pool Goat. Okay. I'm gonna cast in this matchup, maybe? Maybe. Okay, 1 Living End is in the graveyard. I do have Charlotte Sage and Endurance myself. If my opponent tries to surgical it, but like you're dying. They cast Surgical Extraction. I have to do this. Now, what I do is... Allora, I need to do this, pitch that. And then... I have to... Allora, what do I have to click first? Evoke? Yeah. Evoke first. No, wait, this first. No, evoke first. Yeah. Okay. So I bottom my graveyard so that the surgical fizzles, and the endurance goes to the graveyard, and I keep on playing. I keep on playing the magic. Okay, now I'll play land, and I believe I want to fetch tap now to archive trap. You go. Now we don't have any. Oh, I forgot about them like doing the thing. Ah, should we just take 2 damage? Why don't I take 2 damage? That's it, I think. Pass. Let's see if they want to use Field of Ruin here. There's no Living End in my graveyard, so they can't surgical that. Okay, they cycle Fracture Identity, Fracture Sanity. Let them mill me 4 first. Yeah, and now I'll play this before they draw a card to have Force of Negation. Force of Negation. That's the only card I can have. Boom! Hello. Architects of Will goes on me. Endurance goes on me. Grief goes on you. FSA. Architects of Will have to go on myself because of the bug. Should we do 5-0 Trophy and Refound? Because of the bug. Should we just take it all? Alright! Woohoo! Okay, that was a good one. That was good. That was good. This was my first league with Living End, and we got a trophy. This deck's strong. Strongo, Katsu. Heads for real, though. Max Greed, yeah. Alright, this is fun. Turn 2 Violent Burst. It doesn't happen very often. It doesn't happen very often that we get the... It's pretty rare to get a turn 2 Violent Burst, isn't it? Alright, let's do some tweets. Alright. Let's do another one. I'm pretty hyped.